Hello everyone, and this is Miss Rowe. I'm just recapping on the e-safety lesson that we've done this week as promised. So let's get going. I've cut out some activities that we did today because it's a bit irrelevant for obviously this video, but it's okay. What we'll do is I'll go over the main PowerPoint slides again. Okay, so here goes. So activity 1, I asked you all to write down what kind of things can people share online and where do they share. So we had some really good points today, especially some of the ones that you might not have thought of, like going on holiday. Obviously everyone shares the food, as we explained today. There's photos, and you came up with some fantastic answers. So well done for that. So let's go through the learning outcomes. So the learning outcomes of today was can explain what e-safety is, able to identify the 3 main issues of sharing, can explain what copyright is. Activity 2, which we discussed in class. You see pictures of someone you do not get on with, social media site, it allows you to comment. What do you do? Well, again, we have some brilliant answers, just saying ignore or don't put any comments at all. We had one answer to say they could direct message someone, but obviously you have to think about what this picture is, what are you going to comment, and how are you going to make that other person feel, because obviously certain lines can be crossed and it goes on to cyberbullying, which you don't want. So obviously I'll just be mindful of what kind of comments you might put on someone's picture that you don't like. Your friend has been chatting with a girl but does not believe she's actually who she says she is. And again, people said, stop talking to her, block her, things like that. That's great answers. You have been chatting to another boy or girl and they want to meet up. We got some answers, reply back and say no, and speak to an adult, which is fantastic. That's what we want to hear. So, e-safety. So I've got everyone to read out today. I'll just read this out. So what is e-safety? E-safety means not only the internet, but all other ways in which young people communicate using electronic media, example mobile phones, tablets and games. So as we were saying in class today, you can chat to people whilst you're gaming. It doesn't have to be someone on your phone that you're texting or Snapchatting. Obviously this covers everything. When you are online, you can share personal information and it can be seen by other people, including strangers. So if you remember when we were talking about chatting someone on anyone you don't know, obviously that includes the strangers. Which websites to trust? Obviously we've been through this, so I'll let you just have a look and read yourself. So there's the NHS, the police, BBC, the school website, of course, which you can see over here, the logos, Netflix, Now TV, Epic Games for the gamers we mentioned in the room. So have a look at those. If you didn't write them down in your books, you just make a note in your workbooks. So legal, moral and ethical issues. There are laws that decide how we use computers. There are also concerns about issues such as piracy, hacking and the environment. All the laws and rules in real life also apply on the internet. That's very, very important to remember. So if you didn't write that down in your books, make sure you write it down. All the laws and rules in real life also apply on the internet. As soon as you go online, it doesn't mean everything stops and law doesn't mean anything anymore, etc. As when we were talking about the tower on the news in the bonfire, we were talking about it today. So just obviously think about what's being posted. Next one. Legal moral. This is just obviously talking about piracy that we said today. If you go into HMV and buy a CD, then copy it for one of your friends, that's not allowed. Or I should say it's illegal. And this was a big one today. We obviously mention this when we were talking about the BBC news story that's currently on the news, which is about the 5 people who've just been arrested for putting a cardboard Grenfell Tower cutout on the bonfire, which was obviously has been in the news the past few days. So obviously, as you can see here, if you tweet, blog or write a comment online, your words are public and can be read by everyone. This means that they can be judged too. So is it offensive? Is it illegal? Well, obviously, as those people who attended the bonfire and watched them fireworks that night, they just thought it was just amongst friends. But one of the people who attended the party has shared it on Facebook, which has now gone viral. I mean, there's videos on the news in America now, if you have a look on YouTube. I'll see if I can find some links for the information section on YouTube, And copyright. So, all pieces of work are covered by the Copyright Act. So, like we're saying today, when you go on to Google, don't be worried, you can still Google as normal. But obviously, with doing your homework, etc., you're absolutely fine. But just so you know, in future, if you ever need to create a poster, or say you create a booklet and you're going to sell it for a charity or a community fair, etc., just be sure you're choosing the right option, just to say that it can be used. Because obviously, like we said today, images that are shown here by Google, they don't belong to them. And that's why you can normally see a link to the website to have a look on afterwards. So, if someone worries or upsets you, tell an adult. Block them, report them, ignore them, question. Don't worry about anyone online. If you feel uncomfortable, or if anyone makes you feel upset, or you feel like you're being bullied, just make sure you tell an adult. And then we went through, obviously, the digital footprint from last week. For next week, I should say. So I'll put the link to that if you want to watch it again. I'll put the link in the information. But for the last video, I'll see if I can play it whilst we are making a video. I'll put the link to this as well. This was very important. So can we always trust what people say online? And also, can you trust who you're talking to online? Well, this was a great video for us to see. So let's just go on.
Ooh, should I wear my black one with the white trim or my pink one?
You should totally do the polka dot, but send me a pic of both.
I don't know. I could get in trouble.
OMG, I would never show anyone. Promise.
That's a great video, and I know some of you enjoyed that today, because obviously you don't know who you're talking to online. So that's a fantastic video, just to show when you think you're talking to someone that you've never met before, is it really them? And just always have that in your mind. So I'm going to end this video now, and we'll talk about the digital footprint a bit more in the next lesson. Okay, bye.